Did you know that the average child spends more than 7 hours a day in front of a screen? That's almost half their waking hours. But what does this mean for their mental health and development? If you've ever felt concerned about the amount of time your child spends on their phone, tablet, or gaming console, you're not alone. The impact of endless screen time on children's mental well-being is a growing concern, and for good reason. Recent studies reveal a troubling trend. Excessive screen time is directly linked to increased rates of anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbances in children and teenagers. For example, a 2022 study found that kids who spend more than 3 hours a day on screens are twice as likely to show symptoms of mental health issues compared to their peers who engage in more offline activities. As parents, we want the best for our kids to see them happy, healthy, and thriving. But in today's digital world, where apps are designed to capture their attention and social media pressures are everywhere, it can feel like an uphill battle. So, how do we protect their mental health without completely cutting them off from technology? In this video, we'll dive into how endless screen time affects your child's brain, their emotional well-being, and even their sleep. More importantly, we'll give you practical tips to create a healthier balance with technology. Let's get started. The human brain is incredibly adaptable, especially during childhood and adolescence, when it's still developing. But this plasticity also makes it vulnerable to external influences like screen time. When children spend hours glued to a screen, their brain's reward system becomes overstimulated. This happens because screens, especially games and social media, trigger a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Over time, this constant stimulation can lead to a dependency on screens to feel happy or entertained, much like other forms of addiction. Additionally, prolonged screen time can impact the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and emotional regulation. Studies show that children who spend excessive time on screens may struggle more with attention, problem-solving, and emotional resilience. The overstimulation also interferes with their ability to focus on slower, less instantly rewarding activities like reading, playing outdoors, or engaging in creative play. So, what does this mean in the long term? Simply put, excessive screen time can rewire a developing brain in ways that make it harder for children to concentrate, manage their emotions, and even form healthy relationships. But the brain isn't the only part of a child that's affected. Let's talk about their emotional well-being. Research has found clear links between excessive screen time and mental health challenges like anxiety and depression. Social media, in particular, plays a major role. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat often create a culture of comparison, where children and teens constantly measure themselves against curated and often unrealistic portrayals of others' lives. This can lead to low self-esteem and feelings of inadequacy. On top of that, the always-on nature of digital communication means kids are rarely unplugged. Notifications, messages, and updates create a sense of pressure to stay connected, which can lead to stress and even social burnout. For younger children, this can manifest as irritability, withdrawal, or difficulty managing emotions. It's also worth noting that many video games and apps are designed with addictive mechanics that keep kids engaged for hours. While they may appear entertained, these extended periods of screen use can actually increase feelings of loneliness and isolation. Over time, children might start neglecting friendships, family time, and other activities that are crucial for their mental health and overall well-being. Now, let's discuss something that's often overlooked: the impact of screen time on sleep. When kids use screens before bed, the blue light emitted by devices can suppress melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. This makes it harder for them to fall asleep and reduces the overall quality of their rest. Sleep deprivation, in turn, has a direct impact on mental health, leading to increased irritability, difficulty concentrating, and heightened stress. Moreover, children who spend long hours on screens often experience what's known as digital fatigue. This is the mental exhaustion that comes from prolonged exposure to screens, and it can affect everything from their mood to their energy levels. Over time, digital fatigue can exacerbate feelings of stress and even contribute to burnout in children, a concept we traditionally associate with adults, but is increasingly being seen in younger populations. As a parent, it's important to recognize the signs that screen time might be affecting your child's mental health. Look out for changes in behavior, like increased irritability, withdrawal from family and friends, or a noticeable decline in school performance. Is your child spending less time on hobbies they used to love? Are they reluctant to participate in family activities or constantly asking for more screen time? These could all be red flags that the balance between screen use and healthy habits is off. Ask yourself these questions. Is my child using screens as a way to escape negative emotions? Are they spending hours scrolling through social media, even when it's affecting their mood? Recognizing these warning signs early can help you intervene before the problem becomes more serious. The good news is that there are practical steps you can take to help your child build healthier habits with technology. Start by setting clear boundaries for screen use. For example, establish screen-free zones in the house, like during meals or in bedrooms. Encourage your child to take regular breaks from screens, ideally every 30 to 60 minutes. You can also introduce them to offline activities they might enjoy, such as sports, music, or art. Model healthy screen use yourself by putting down your own devices during family time. This not only sets a good example, but also strengthens your connection with your child. Consider using parental control apps to manage screen time, but make sure to involve your child in the process. Explain why these limits are in place and how they're designed to support their health and happiness. Finally, remember to celebrate small victories. If your child reduces their screen time or starts enjoying an offline activity, acknowledge their efforts and reinforce the positive changes. By taking these steps, you can help your child find a healthier balance with technology, one that allows them to thrive in today's digital world without sacrificing their mental health. What steps will you take to create this balance in your family? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share this video with other parents who might be facing similar challenges. Together, we can create a healthier, happier future for our children.